family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Visit Miccosukee Casino and Resort, where fortune meets fun. With over 1,800 slot machines, high-stakes bingo, 24/7 poker, and exciting high-limit slots, there's something for everyone to enjoy. From luxurious accommodations and exquisite dining at La Brisa to live entertainment and handcrafted cocktails at Temp Lounge, we thank you for choosing us as the premier casino, resort, brunch, and date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort online at miccosukee.com.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry with Bahamas and USA.
Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away, and our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA. Favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball on the home of the Marlins, WQAM.
Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official security partner of the Miami Marlins, and by Werner Hoffman, Greg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Time for the 10th inning show on the home of the Marlins, WQAM. Here's the radio voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
What an amazing, valiant comeback effort from the Miami Marlins today. Going to the 7th inning stretch, they found themselves down 6-1 on the heels of a Bryson Stott 3-run home run. But the Marlins, they plated 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Unfortunately, they stranded runners at 2nd and 3rd in that 8th inning, and then they plated another run in the 9th and got the winning run to the plate. They had the tying run in scoring position. But Brad Keller locked the game down, and the Fish could not come through. The Marlins fall to the Philadelphia Phillies on Friday night at Lone Depot Park, 6-5. The Fish are now 15-17. The Phillies are 13-19. The starting pitchers, it was an interesting story there. Yuri Perez, 5 innings of 2-run baseball, so pretty solid. He did walk 2, but he punched out 6. Yuri faced 22 hitters. He had to throw 96 pitches to get through 5 innings of 2-run baseball, so certainly want to keep the pitch count in check. A lot of deep counts. Cade Gibson came on. He did struggle in his season debut, but Lake Bacher was outstanding. 7 up, 7 down, and 3 punch-outs, so 2 1/3 perfect with 3 Ks from Bacher. Zach Wheeler was making his 2nd start of the year for Philadelphia. He missed the first month of the season after a September surgery last September, to address thoracic outlet syndrome and a blood clot near his right shoulder, so he had his top rib removed. He was working back. He was down in velocity on his rehab assignment, and he made his season debut last weekend in Atlanta. Tonight, he was outstanding on the Phillies side. He got his first win of the year. 6 innings, 3 hits, and 1 run. He punched out 8 and walked 2. Wheeler was locating his fastball wherever he needed, and the splitter off of that was nasty. In terms of offensive standouts for the Fish, Otto Lopez was the guy. 3 for 5 with a double and 2 driven in. Otto was just outstanding today. Hits to Marcy, Edwards, Ramirez, the pinch hitter Norby with a pinch hit double, and Christopher Morel got his first hit in a Marlins uniform. When we come back, we'll play the highlights here. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Firm of the Miami Marlins, Werner Hoffman, Greg and Garcia fights for our clients the same way the Marlins fight on the field, relentlessly and with a winning strategy. Our team represents clients in personal injury, workers' compensation, veterans disability, bankruptcy, and Social Security cases. From our home office in Miami, Florida, we provide powerhouse legal representation built on dedication, experience, and results. If you need a team that's ready to step up to the plate for you, visit WernerHoffman.com. Werner Hoffman and Greg and Garcia, proudly serving the 305 community.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea, and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Have you heard about JCPenney's Power Penny deals? Okay, here's how it works. You have between now and May 3rd to get to a JCPenney store or go to jcp.com to shop these can't-miss deals. There are fresh new deals every day, and they change like quick. And then they're gone. Done. Over. You can save on everything from the latest summer fashion to bright updates for your home, inside and out. So get to JCPenney fast, because these deals won't last. Yes, JCPenney. Exclusions apply.
This is Owen Casey, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, the Marlins fall 6-5 to the Philadelphia Phillies on Friday night in the series opener, first of a 4-game set with the visiting Phillies in the National League East. How did this thing sound? Well, scoring opened in the bottom of the first on what we thought was a solo shot from Otto Lopez to straightaway center, but unfortunately the ball was lodged in between the center fielder Justin Crawford's glove and the outfield wall. So it hit the outfield wall, then it caromed over the wall off of Crawford's glove. That is ruled an automatic double. Xavier Edwards said, never mind that. Let me play the first run at the ball game in the bottom of the first. 2-1 to X. He swings and rips it. That is a fair ball down the first base line. Otto will come in and score from second. Garcia chases it all the way into the corner. X pulls into second, and he swaps places with his middle infield mate. He's got an RBI double, and now scoring is opened. 1-0 Fish in the bottom of the first. Good things come to those who wait, and X got his RBI double. It was his 7th double in the year and RBI number 10 for Xavier Edwards. Fast forward to the top of the 4th inning. That's when Philly opened their scoring. There was a rocket of a single off the bat of Brandon Marsh, and after a pop-out from Edmundo Sosa, Bryson Stott drew a 2-out walk. That opened the door for Alec Bohm. 0-1 from Yuri. Bohm lines one into right center field. That gets in, and that splits the outfielders. The center fielder, Marcy, does cut to the backhand to cut it off. Stott will go first to third. Marsh comes in to score from second base, and Alec Bohm could be starting to get off the schneid after a walk-off sac fly yesterday. That's an opposite field RBI single, and we're tied at 1 at the top of the 4th. Hitter later, Justin Crawford dropped the barrel on a ball and shot it to right to plate another. Justin Crawford, the hitter now. First pitch, Crawford. He lines one out to right towards the corner. It is a fair ball, and it one hops off the wall. Casey fires it back in. Stott in from third. Bohm goes first to third, and Justin Crawford, a pitch later, has an RBI double. 2-1 Phillies in a blink in the top of the 4th. Next major threat for Philadelphia came in the top of the 6th inning. Cade Gibson loaded the bases on a pair of singles and a walk, and with one man gone, Rafael Marchand came to the plate. It was big because Kyle Schwarber was waiting on deck. Cade Gibson got the ground ball he needed to get out of the jam. Payoff the 9-man is a little roller over to third. Sanoja's got it on to second for 1, on to first in time for 2. Just what the doctor ordered. Cade Gibson had the bases loaded, and he induces his inning-ending 5-4-3 double play to keep Kyle Schwarber in the on-deck circle. But the Phillies did have an answer and have some insurance in the top of the 7th inning. After a double from Bryce Harper and a hit by pitch of Brandon Marsh, Edmundo Sosa gave Philly some breathing room. 1-1. Sosa, he lines that into right center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Harper comes in to score from third. Marsh will go first to third. He gets a stop sign there. And Edmundo Sosa drives in insurance for Philly. It's 3-1 Phillies in the top of the 7th. Big blow for Philadelphia, just a hitter later off the bat of a Marlin killer in Bryson Stott. 2-2 to Bryson Stott. That one hit well out to right pretty deep. Owen Casey working back to the track and the wall, and it is gone.
Mama, there go that man again.
Into the Philly bullpen, a 3-run home run from Bryson Stott.
I don't know what it is about us.
Man, it's his first home run of the year, and in his last 25 games against the Marlins, he has 27 RBIs, and he just blew this game open. A 4 spot in the top of the 7th. It's 6-1 Philly. A tough swing from Bryson Stott, who, as you just heard, 27 RBIs in his last 25 games against the Miami Marlins. But the Fish comeback effort was on after that. Otto Lopez drove in the first of 3 in the bottom of the 8th. The 2-2, that one ramps up the gut. Diving Stott, just kind of smothered by Stott. They're going to wave Marcy around third. Stott comes up, he will have no throw, and Jacob Marcy comes in to score. That's an RBI single for Otto Lopez. Stowers to second, and the Fish are starting their comeback. It's 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th. A couple hitters later with a runner at third, Liam Hicks did a job of the productive out. Payoff pitch. Hicks, he drills out to right. Garcia broke in. Now he makes the grab. That was deep enough for Stowers to tag and score from third base. Sacrifice fly on that hard hit line out is out number 2, but the Fish put another dent in this. It's 6-3. So Liam Hicks ripped a sacrifice fly, and then a hitter later after a pitching change. It was Jose Alvarado that came in, and Agustin Ramirez made this thing really, really interesting. 2-2, hard hit ground ball through the right side. That is a base hit into right center field. Crawford picks it up. Otto comes in to score, and the Gus Bus makes this mighty interesting. RBI knocked the other way. It's 6-4 in the bottom of the 8th. So after the Augustine single and a Connor Norby pinch hit double, there were runners at second and third, but Jose Alvarado blew 3 heaters by Christopher Morel to strand the tying run in scoring position in the bottom of the 8th. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Fish mounted their comeback effort with a leadoff walk from Javier Sanoja. Now, Jacob Marcy was called out on a check swing strikeout, and then Kyle Stowers struck out looking at a pitch that was on the edge of the outside zone. Stowers hated the call. He was ejected from the game. Clayton McCullough came to back up his player, and he was ejected from the game. But Otto Lopez said, calm down, let me keep this thing alive with an RBI knock. And the 1-1, he smacks into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit, and it'll play to Javi. Otto with a big turn at first. He stays put there. And Otto Lopez with an RBI single makes it a 1-run game. 6-5 in the bottom of the 9th, and the Fish stay alive. It came down to Xavier Edwards. On a wild pitch, Otto pushed to second base. The tying run in scoring position, and X gave one a ride, but it was too little too late. 3-2 the count. 2 men gone. And the pitch. Edwards, he loops into center field. That's sending Crawford back, but on the edge of the track, he puts it away. And that is how this ball game ends. Who would have thunk it? We went to the stretch with the Phillies up 6-1 on the heels of a Stott 3-run homer. But the Marlins played 3 in the 8th. They played another in the 9th, and they strand the tying run at second base. A valiant effort from the Marlins here on Friday night, but they fall in the series opener to the Phillies 6-5, the final score at Lone Depot Park. Well, that's how this one sounded. Again, Marlins fall to the Phillies 6-5. When we come back, 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry with the Bahamas and USA.
At Lone Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to LoneDepot.com and let us help get you home. That's LoneDepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
In Miami, wherever there's a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Take advantage of a Pricito now on all of your favorite new Kia models, like a Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5, Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia today. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Kia. With easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money. Because you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or start shopping for your Pricito now at DoralKia.com. Present any Miami Kia dealer's unexpired new vehicle advertisement for verification. Other Lithia dealerships do not qualify. The competing offer must be available for immediate purchase at the advertised price. The competitor's vehicle must be identically equipped as our in-stock vehicle used for comparison.
This is Owen Casey, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, the Marlins fall to the Philadelphia Phillies 6-5, the final score on Friday night. You will hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, in a matter of moments. But before that, check on the out-of-town scoreboard here. We do have a whole bunch of finals today. 6-5, the Cubs get a win over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Gallen, the starter and loser for Arizona. Colin Ray, the winner for the Cubs at Wrigley Field. At Comerica, the Rangers take a road win 5-4 over the Tigers. 9-1 in the top of the ninth inning. The Pirates up on the Reds right now. Other final scores, Milwaukee got a win in Washington 6-1 over the Nationals. Yankees beat up on the Orioles 7-2. Will Warren, the winner, he's 4-0. Cade Povich, starter and loser for the Orioles. 3-1, the Red Sox get the win over Mike Burrows of the Houston Astros. Aroldis Chapman collected his sixth save. The Rays win again. They blanked the San Francisco Giants. Another shutout loss for San Francisco. Shane McClanahan threw the ball well. Games in action right now. Toronto trying to put the finishing touches on Minnesota, 7-3. 7-2, the Cardinals up on the Dodgers in the middle of the eighth inning. Top of the eighth, it's 6-2 Rockies over the Braves. And it looks like the Mets are trailing the Angels 3-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
Obviously, you'd like to come back and get the win, but just how would you describe your team's efforts?
Yeah, I mean, I think like we see with this group day in and day out, they just will continue to hang in there, and we just never believe that it's over until the last out is recorded. So again, came up short. Certainly loved how we were able to finish that one off, and bring the we had to go ahead and run at the plate there in the ninth inning. So great job by our guys hanging in there and putting some really good at bats together and getting back into it.
What was the explanation on the quick trigger to Stowers?
Yeah, I think that, just didn't appreciate what Stowers said. Thought it was a little quick. I think that, big moment in the game there, and certainly, Kyle, wanted to come through, and he didn't agree with it. And so, yeah, just competing and, said some choice words, and that was it.
How did you see the Phillies attack you guys offensively tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that, Yuri did so many good things tonight. I mean, the first pitch strikes, got to 2K a lot. His changeup was probably as good in an outing as it's been, using it he got some swing and miss on it. We got a ground out from Garcia. So again, I thought he really had good stuff tonight. And just some of the at bats got a little lengthier on him and kind of, ran his pitch count up where, it was 5 innings. But I think all in all, this was, a lot of really good from Yuri tonight to leave it where it was. And, they just able to, cash in some there in the seventh inning and, try to stretch Gibby, to the pitches that he had. And I think, certainly, he was probably, getting close to the end there and just left the ball up to Stott. And, he was able to put a good swing on it.
Why, like 850 pitches, I think his highest was 36 at AAA. Why was there any limitations with bullpen usage, or why did you decide he was the choice to go that deep, that many pitches?
Yeah, I think we're looking at a stretch of 26 out of 27 days, 10 in a row here at home. Gibby had the count to be able to, do that in the upper 40s. 50 was probably, about a max effort for him. So, with him trying to just, with the score of that game, us being down, just trying to shorten it some. And, they strung some together there and ran it up on him. And like I said, Stott, with a big blow there in the 7th, that was trying to, get through this with, at that point with where things stood, trying to preserve as much as I could.
How was his stuff looking because he escaped that 6. The sinker was a little bit in, but he got the double play, but just, like 50 pitches for a reliever, that's a lot. Just how did you see, was his stuff still holding up, his velo, the movement, like the location?
I mean, the movement on the breaking balls was still good. He spun some good breaking balls. I mean, the horizontal on those was good. And yeah, it was asking a lot of them. But I think there it was, again, with what we have up ahead of us. And, tonight with what it was at that point, still being down to, trying to squeeze, a couple innings out of him, again, to try to, shorten that up.
It's one of the rare instances, I guess, the ABS challenges you guys kind of lost them. Just how much do you think that, especially in that last inning, maybe the X's at bat kind of played into the thing?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have any challenges there at the end, but I think that's going to be, there'll be other times like that. I think we'll, again, encourage, Liam took a couple shots there, as he has, and, Gus have all season long, and close pitches that we miss. So I think that's the, kind of part of it as well, that there's times when, you go after it that, you might be out at the end. And certainly no issue with how we got to 0 challenges. We just, at that point in the game didn't have any.
Is there a chance on that same line? I mean, it's still, they're just 1 month in the season. It could still be a small sample, but could you see maybe changing the pattern based on what the numbers are telling you on the challenges, or is it just going to be more of encouraging the guys to just use them when they feel like?
Yeah, I think we'll still have the system we have in place for our catchers. I think it's been very beneficial for us. And I mean, I think there's a lot of nights that you end up with challenges and you think to yourself, well, there may be some times where, how many nights do you want to go home with them in your back pocket? Tonight was just a night where, we ran out and didn't have them at the end. So I think that what our catchers have done and the system is in place for them has been beneficial for us. And if anything, we've been, fairly restrictive with our hitters and the times that they can use them. So I think if anything, if we move forward, we'd look to, is there potential to expand some of their parameters? I think right now you said a month in, feeling the whole thing out, and certainly understand there's going to be nights where you do, get to the later innings and don't have any.
A lot of action from around first, got a lot of balls over his way. Just what do you think of how he's performed there so far? And
who was that?
Morel.
Yeah.
And then the at bat there where he kind of just let all through pitches just kind of go, and they seem like we're pretty borderline straight ball. But just what did you think of the at bat?
I thought, over at first base, he made some really nice plays tonight. He really did. A couple hot shots he handled, moved well to his backhanded side. So I thought he, looked good over there. And then at bat versus Alvarado is tough. If he's throwing those sinkers kind of at you, running back, so that's a tough at bat when he's filling up the strike zone. So, you're probably looking for something out over the plate, and, Alvarado made some good pitches.
All right, that was the skipper, Clayton McCullough. After this one, we will step aside. When we come back, we tie a bow on the 10th inning show here. 10th inning show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Legal battles shouldn't be fought alone, especially when your health, finances, or family's future are on the line. I'm Adam Werner. At Werner, Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, we guide our neighbors across the Miami, Florida community through some of life's most difficult legal transitions, from injury cases to disability cases, bankruptcy, and more. Our team is committed to providing clear guidance, strong advocacy, and dependable support every step of the way. Let our family help lead the fight so you can focus on yours. Werner, Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
South Florida's top choice for quality signs and graphics is Metro Group Miami. With Metro signs and Metro wraps, no job is too big or too small for the experts at Metro Group Miami. A proud corporate partner and official signage and graphics provider of the Miami Marlins, they bring brands to life. Call them today at 954-983-6662. Visit metrogroupmiami.com to discover what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, signs, graphics, car wraps. They're your everything team.
Hey, turn the music down for 1 second. Listen. That annoying sound is probably nothing, right? That's how expensive repairs start. John Crook here. In baseball, ignore the signs and you will pay for it. Same thing with your car, because breakdowns don't wait until you're ready. That's why there's Car Shield. They can help cover the cost of expensive repairs. When something goes wrong, you've got a plan.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
All right, 10th inning show concludes here. Marlins fall to the Phillies 6-5, the final score after playing 4 runs, 3 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. Back at it tomorrow. It's a 4:10 first pitch, game 2 of a 4-game set between the Marlins and the Phillies. Max Meyer gets the ball for the Fish. It is his 7th start on the year. He's sporting a 3.3 ERA. Andrew Painter, South Florida native, went to Calvary Christian, first-round pick by the Phillies a couple of years ago. Painter will get the ball in his 5th major league start. So Meyer and Painter at 4:10 tomorrow. 3:30, Marlins on deck with Steven Strom begins. Humongous thank you to Wendell Epps in studio tonight. For Steven, for Rod Allen, I'm Jack McMullen saying so long from Lone Depot Park. Again, the Marlins fall 6-5 to the visiting Phillies. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.